Tamar Braxton details a terrifying near-death experience. The singer takes to Instagram on August 19th, sharing that she recently suffered a scary accident, explaining that the details are still murky.
Tamar Braxton just dropped a bombshell on social media, and let me tell you, it has everyone talking. When Tamar speaks, the internet listens. But this time what she posted was not playful shade. It was downright disturbing. Fans, friends, and even critics are now scrambling to figure out what exactly is going on behind the scenes with Tamar, because the details she revealed are dark, messy, and heartbreaking all at once. And if you think this is just another case of Tamar being dramatic, oh no, this one comes with blood, injuries, and a cry for prayers. Buckle up, because we are about to unpack everything, from Tamar's shocking confession to her long history of public struggles, and how this latest post could be a turning point in her life and career. So let's start with what Tamar actually said. In her own words, she admitted, "I struggled to write this, but everyone keeps calling me, and honestly, I can't even really talk anymore. I'm so weak." She went on to reveal something that had fans gasping. She said, "I almost on Sunday. I was found in a pool of blood from my friend with a face injury. As the days go by, the worse it is. I fractured my nose, lost some teeth, and mobility. The way I look at life now is totally different. As my health is on the mend, my mental journey begins. Pray for me for real. I don't even know what happened to me." Now let's stop right there. Imagine scrolling through your feed and seeing Tamar Braxton, a woman who has been through more public ups and downs than most, posting that she was found in a pool of blood with a fractured nose and missing teeth. It sounds like a crime scene, not a casual confession. Immediately, the internet went into detective mode. What happened? Did someone do this to her? Did Tamar do this to herself? Or is this one of those freak accidents that nobody can wrap their head around? Tamar has always been open about her personal struggles, sometimes to a fault. We know she has a history of being entangled with toxic relationships, men who have drained her emotionally and sometimes even physically. We also know Tamar has been vocal about her mental health battles. Back in 2020, she was hospitalized after a suicide attempt that shocked her fans and family. She admitted later that she had been in such a dark place she could not see a way out, and that her relationship with her son Logan felt surface level at the time. That kind of confession was heavy, and fans hoped that by speaking her truth, Tamar had finally reached a turning point. But here we are again, years later, and Tamar is back in the headlines for another scary situation. The fact that she says she does not even know what happened to her makes it all the more confusing. If this was an accident, wouldn't she remember? If it was an assault, is she covering for someone? Or was she in such a weak mental and physical state that she blacked out and injured herself? These are the questions swirling around, and nobody seems to have the answers yet. And let's be real, Tamar has been spiraling online lately. Just a few weeks ago, she was posting about taking PrEP, the medication used to prevent HIV, and basically shading anyone who wasn't on it. It wasn't a sponsored ad, it wasn't part of any campaign, it was just Tamar jumping online, calling herself smarter than the rest, and leaving people scratching their heads. She was even dropping cryptic hints about NDAs and relationships with men who clearly had other women in the picture. It was messy, it was unfiltered, and it was so very Tamar. Now combine that with this latest revelation about being found in a pool of blood, and fans are worried. Tamar has a history of choosing partners who are, let's just say, not the best for her. We all remember her relationship with David Adefeso, the so-called businessman who came off more like a scammer in fans' eyes. That relationship ended in police reports, restraining orders, and claims of abuse. Before that, there was Vince Herbert, her ex-husband, who she accused of being controlling and abusive. And don't forget the messy situation with JR, the man who was literally using her credit cards while allegedly creeping around with other women. Tamar does not exactly have the best radar when it comes to love, and many are wondering if this current health crisis is tied to another toxic romance. But here's the twist. Tamer has also shown us that when she is hurting, she sometimes turns that pain inward. Her 2020 suicide attempt proved that. She admitted on Taraji P. Henson's show that she felt choked by life, trapped, and unable to see a way forward. She said she felt her son would be better off without her, which was one of the darkest confessions a mother could ever make. Hearing Tamer admit she was embarrassed by her own behavior and thought she was failing her child showed just how deep her pain ran. That is not something you heal from overnight, and trauma has a way of creeping back in when you least expect it. So now people are split. Was Tamer attacked? Was this an accident? Or did she relapse into a darker mental state and hurt herself again? The fractured nose and missing teeth make it sound like a brutal hit, either from a person or from a hard fall. Waking up in a pool of blood is not something that happens from a simple stumble, and the fact that she claims not to remember how it happened raises even more red flags. Fans are also pointing out that Tamer has been noticeably quiet about her family lately. The Braxtons are no strangers to drama, but Tamer often leaned on her sisters, even when they were fighting publicly. Right now, though, her post reads like someone who feels isolated, someone who feels she has nobody to lean on. That is why the call for prayers feels so desperate. The bigger issue here is Tamer's pattern. She keeps attracting situations that hurt her, whether it's through relationships, business deals, or even her own choices. She has admitted in the past that she feels like she is at war, constantly battling for her sanity and stability. That kind of energy does not just go away. It shapes how you see yourself, how you choose partners, and how you handle setbacks. Tamer's raw honesty is part of why fans love her, but it is also what makes her life so hard to watch. She is always in survival mode, always reacting, and never fully healing. And let's not forget the career aspect. Tamer is an incredibly talented singer with a voice that can stop you in your tracks, but instead of being celebrated for her artistry, she has been overshadowed by drama after drama. Her time on The Real ended in scandal. Her reality shows have been filled with fights, tears, and chaos. And now, instead of promoting new music or projects, she is once again in the headlines for a personal crisis. In Hollywood, image is everything, and Tamer's image has taken hit after hit. Still, through it all, there is something resilient about her. Every time Tamer falls, she gets back up. She has been counted out so many times, yet she is still here, still relevant, still sparking conversations. This latest incident could either be another chapter in her tragic pattern, or it could finally be the wake-up call she needs to truly put herself first. Fans are begging her to focus on healing, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Because if Tamer can finally break the cycle of toxic love, toxic choices, and toxic environments, she has the potential to reclaim her crown as one of the most gifted vocalists and personalities in the industry. But until then, the mystery remains. What really happened to Tamer Braxton? Was she hurt by someone close to her? Did she collapse under the weight of her own struggles? Or is there a bigger story that we haven't even heard yet? Whatever the case, Tamer's words are clear. She is weak, she is scared, and she is asking for prayers. And for someone who has built a career on being bold, outspoken, and unfiltered, seeing her this vulnerable is a stark reminder that fame does not protect you from pain. So here is where we leave it. Tamer Braxton is once again fighting for her health and her peace of mind. The world is watching, the fans are praying, and the gossip mill is spinning. But behind all the speculation, there is a woman who has been through hell and back and is still trying to find her way. We can only hope that this time, she chooses herself above everything else. Because at the end of the day, Tamer deserves better than blood, broken bones, and broken hearts. She deserves healing, joy, and a life that matches the incredible talent she brings to the table. Whether she realizes that yet is the real question. And trust me, I will be keeping my eyes on this story because something tells me it's far from over. What do you think really happened to Tamer? Was it an accident, an attack, or something she's not ready to admit? Let me know in the comments because this is one situation that has layers we haven't even scratched yet. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel because when it comes to Tamer, the story never ends. It only evolves.